What's up, guys? Terry here for Rev3 Games, and today I'm hanging out with Scott Kester. He's the concept designer of Borderlands 2, and today we're talking about DLC, because you guys just announced Mr. Torgue's campaign of Carnage.
Yes.
Tell me who Mr. Torgue is and why there's so much carnage in this campaign.
Well, Mr. Torgue is kind of the mouthpiece for the Torgue industry. So, and if you know the guns, they're just big explosions, bombastic, ridiculous. So he's basically our equivalent of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay.
Shake you up with the sponsor beforehand, but I'm fucking disorganized as shit and was busy suplexing a shark wearing a bolo tie when I should have been setting up sponsors. You may ask, who was wearing the bolo tie? You or the shark? Answer, yes. So,
Torgue is just all about, like, muscle cars and explosions and pecs.
All right, so no more pirates. Now we're dealing with biker gangs.
These are
right?
basically, yeah, more like biker gangs.
Okay.
They're all kind of in the flavor of that. There's a lot of just big, muscly meatheads, for lack of a better term.
So what are we going to be doing here? Like, what's the story for this DLC?
Well, the story of this one is basically you're going to the badass crater of badassitude.
Okay.
All right. So the whole thing is sort of built around another vault being found, and we're trying to open this vault. And Tannis has sort of found and revealed this, but now the Torgue Corporation has basically said, hey, let's create a tournament to determine who's the most badass person that can open this. So. So right now, we're kind of leading through up to the area where the actual Coliseum, so to speak, is at.
Torgue personnel included. You're welcome. I didn't want you to get bored, so I was like, fuck it, give everybody guns. We lost half of our workforce in 3 days, but who gives a fuck?
We're in the badass crater right now, though,
We are in the badass crater.
This is one of the new areas of the game?
Yeah, this is one of the new areas. This is kind of the hub of this section of the DLC. So.
And you were telling me earlier that a lot of the new environments in this one are a little bit more closely packed together also.
Well,
so the gameplay actually seems a little bit more hectic and challenging than usual.
Yeah, it depends. There are areas like this that are more traditional, just large, expansive areas, but we kind of tried to funnel some things. So there's some more urban environments that are a little more closely, tightly packed, and just to try to change up the gameplay. Torgue in general is very just in your face and aggressive, and we tried to do a lot of that with this. So
obviously weapons are going to be a huge component of this, right?
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things that's special about this one, for instance, too, is there's a currency, these Torgue tokens. So, and they can unlock really. There's a special vending machine in there that can only be found here. So you can unlock new guns and legendaries only inside of this that are just more. As you see Adam just jibbing people to pieces with Torgue weapons. So.
Are you going to have to kill only bosses to get those tokens, or just any enemies will drop them?
No, there's a chance for different enemies. Obviously, you're going to get more from the higher things that you kill, so the harder levels and things. So. What
are some of the new enemy types that we're going to be seeing in here? Because obviously we've got bikers all around.
Yeah, well, a lot of the core guys have been reflavored with some new abilities and some new looks and things from bikers. But there's enforcers, which are larger, more brutish guys that are going to rush you and jump and ground pounds. They have new attacks and things like that. And there's bikers on motorcycles as well as sidecars and such. So.
Cheating, of rigging fights to gain your #1 ranking.
Wow, Jeffrey. Well, I guess I say I'd have to do this. And then I tell them to never call me a cheater! And you can quote me on that. Hey.
So this is the new character Piston.
Yeah.
What's his story?
Well, Piston is basically he's the #1, if you want to say gladiator. He's the top. He's the best guy in this tournament here. So right here, you're looking for a sponsor because you need one to progress through the ranks. So he's interested in working with you to help you get into the tournament and move you forward through it. So
how much of the DLC is going to be participating in like the arena style tournaments versus doing story missions?
The majority of it is still story missions and what a traditional Borderlands experience would be. So the majority of it is, we have this term we kind of call the culture of combat. So if you've seen like Spartacus or something like that, there's these Coliseum and these big duels, but for the most part, it's kind of the situations around that. So you're kind of finding more out about these people and interacting with them that sort of ultimately lead to these big epic fights. So, but the majority of it is still quest driven and out and not just inside of an arena.
Let's check out that Torgue vending machine. See
Yeah,
what's in there.
So this is the new Torgue guy. So as you can see, it takes a special currency, but and there are different guns, and there's always a legendary in the item of the day. But as you can see, we have 0 Torgue tokens, but it's kind of a nice way to, in some ways, buy your way to a legendary, but you still have to grind a little bit to get the tokens to get into there. But these can only be found inside of here. So obviously you can bring them into the main game, but they're only found here. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like our next combatant has arrived. Does the Vault Hunter have what it takes to survive the appetite for destruction round? I think we all know the answer. Maybe. The rules are simple. Use the provided loot and kill everybody. The last fighter standing is a bona fide badass. Go to the center of the arena when you're ready to start.
How much can you get out of this? Like, how many hours would you say?
I'd say it's on par. Once again, that's a slippery slope too, but it's on par with all the DLCs we release. We try to put a lot of content in. There's hours and hours of campaign here. Even if you're just running through the main mission, there's a lot in here. So, but when you start adding the side quests onto there, it's really there's, I mean, upwards to. I mean, it's hard to. It's hard for me to say that because I've heard some people say they can beat the main game in this amount of time, but most people spend a healthy amount of time inside of there. So that's kind of a loaded question, and I'm not trying to skirt the. I'm not trying to skirt it, but
understand.
if you're familiar with the content that we try to add into our DLCs, there's a lot in there.
So we just entered the arena. Now we're fighting off, I guess, our first wave of guys.
Yeah. So. And one thing that's nice about this is, these guys are going to fight each other too. So as you see, Adam is going to be, to some extent, he can just go mano a mano, but a lot of times you can lead other enemies to fight each other. So there's actually quite a lot of strategy to it. And it's not just about completely just, I mean, it can be. I mean, if you want to be...
You just want to go hide in the corner?
Yeah, you can kind of let people take care of themselves, which is kind of nice. But this is kind of a nice showing, though, of some of the different varieties of some of the enemies here. This is the first one in it, so you'll notice that the more that these waves go, they get more intense. But the more that you progress through the campaign itself, things are going to escalate as well, too.
And they definitely seem more proactive in terms of offense. Like, there's guys throwing things at you. The enforcers will just like run and jump on you.
Yeah, they'll get right in your face. So that's once again going back to that just sort of aggressive in your face Torgue mentality in these. So.
Are people going to be able to, after they beat the story campaign, come back and just play waves of enemies in the arena? Yeah,
that's the thing. There's a lot of in-game content, so you can keep coming through and running waves repeatedly and trying to get more. And the higher level you are, the more people that are with you, the harder it's going to be, and the higher chance of better loot and better gear is going to be dropping. So. And
there's no level. Is there a new level cap?
There is not a new level cap with this one. So.
And it's still the same. You have to be level 15 or higher to enter?
Yeah, you do. Yep, you do. So.
You mentioned earlier that you guys are going to be introducing some of the characters from the main game back into this DLC, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're putting a lot more attention towards Torgue. So obviously you've got Mr. Torgue we're putting a lot into, and Piston, as you saw earlier. But we're bringing back some favorites. Moxie plays a large part in this, and one that we're quite fond of, Tiny Tina.
Yes, I love Tiny Tina. She's my role model.
All right, well, you'll definitely be happy with this one too, because she gets a lot more time here. So.
Yeah, and they've got some new weapons as well, right?
Yeah, Moxie has, you might have remembered some of the Moxie's weapons from the main game. She has new ones inside of here, as does Tiny Tina. So, and once again, those are things on top of the Torgue and new named weapons in general that you can only find in this one. So
no new vehicle types or anything like that?
They're the same vehicles inside of here, so.
This message is irrelevant. That Vault Hunter's chewing through waves like a fat kid through a cookie store. Now I want cookies. It's the final wave. Don't die. Come on. with bandits? I'm already.
And these guys are just kind of coming from every direction, it seems.
Yeah, it's kind of random spawns, so sometimes you think you're going to get the higher ground and be sniping, and then all of a sudden there's some guy in your face punching you off the side of it. So that's one of the things, just trying to escalate that level of combat. You're not really safe standing still anywhere, honestly.
Yeah.
So as you can see, like, it's just massive carnage, like, everywhere, so. And as you progress through these, the actual battlefield inside of these changes and accommodates different styles of fighting that's going to happen here. You can see there's a Goliath, a gladiator Goliath here that Adam is oh, that's nice. Oh, get it? Oh.
His head is so tiny in comparison
Yes,
to
his
the rest
head
of
is.
his body.
Well, that shows a lot about him. And that, oh no, now he leveled up, so.
There.
Oh.
Oh, that was bloody.
Oh, nice. Oh. All right. He's got this. Nice. That's one thing, is like you can just kind of run from that guy and let him basically murder everyone. But then you
just angry. He just wants to kill anything.
Exactly. But you will have to deal with him sooner or later. So.
I love the juxtaposition of the huge gladiator guys and then the tiny little
tiny
midgets.
bit, yeah. I love the big, huge helmets on them.
Oh.
Oh.
Run away from me.
You can get him.
Don't. You got this. You got this. You got this. Oh. Oh, come on.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Oh! So close.
Oh, why am I so terrible at this game?
Adam, come
Should
on.
you just use the Torgue shotgun? It's so much better.
That's staying in.
Awesome.
So what is this mission about?
All right, this one's all about just creating a good old-fashioned bar brawl, really. So,
I love me a good bar brawl.
who doesn't, really? So here you're at Pyro Pete's place, and he's one of the, in the tournament, he's ranked above you. So you're coming here basically to try to take him out. But before that happens, it's ready for, so all these bandits are just kind of milling about, and somebody's just waiting for a fight to start, basically. And Adam started a fight, so now you're just going to see.
Just send
Basically,
Trap
just
out there and be done with it.
basically. Oh, the clap. That's nice. So, and once again, this is kind of showing that there's a sort of more larger, spacious arena, and this is definitely a lot more intimate. It's a little more scary when the big heavies start rushing you, and just carnage is just everywhere. So.
Oh yeah. These level 29s.
Yeah.
They're deadly.
The death trap is up to the challenge. Oh, nice. Nice. So you see a badass enforcer coming up. It's a pretty scary prospect, but.
Not with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, oh, there. Oh, he's not going down. There. He's getting out of here. Not a bad option, actually. So death trap still on, little rat. So you can see a lot of variety of enemies inside of these, and as you go through, there'll be different kinds. So death trap's obviously been doing his job over here.
So this is a side quest, right?
Yeah, this right here is. So he doesn't need to be doing this necessarily, and it's Borderlands still. So there's this your core storyline, of course, but there's lots of optional content to the sides that you can keep doing as well. So there, he's picking up.
Tokens.
Yeah, so there's some Torgue tokens, and that's one of the things you can rerun these. So that's a good way to sort of like. It's actually.
To just keep accumulating tokens.
Yeah. So there had been some comparisons. This actually is not a bad DLC for grinding, honestly. So
yeah, well, it seems like a lot of the combat is like kind of wave-based or just.
Yeah, so you can kind of take it in pieces. So
yeah.
The majority of it still is built around the campaign and the story-driven areas of that, but you can definitely keep running these. So.
Can people look forward to some kind of like huge loot payout at the end?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of Torgue weapons, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this one is we really try to make sure that when towards the end, with your payouts, we want to deliver with those. We want to make sure the loot is great, and we want to give you reasons to try to do it again as well. So
your goal, your entire goal in this DLC is to basically become #1. Is that right?
Yeah, more or less. This secondary vault coming out, and it sort of says it'll open for just this certain person, right? So you're out.
You want one of us to take over?
Man, really? Adam? Again? Is it? I'd probably do the same thing.
I love that you guys have incorporated Mad Moxie more. I missed her involvement in the campaign.
Yeah, this was a good opportunity for us to sort of put more into her, and she can actually, you're looking for sponsors inside of here, and she can become one of your sponsors in the game. So you actually have some choices of who you want to pledge allegiance to, but and that's one of those things too, just giving some more variety, giving some options to the players inside of here. So.
What does having somebody as a sponsor actually do? Like, what would having her as a sponsor versus?
It depends on what awards you're going to get for completing different quests and things. So like you said, we're kind of talking about Moxie having a line of guns. Well, you probably can put 2 and 2 together about like if you're going to go with her as your sponsor, what rewards you're going to get from that. So.
Congratulations, you are not a pussy.
Every time I play a new section of Borderlands 2, I'm always like, how can the characters get any weirder? And they always do. They always have this like ridiculous over-the-topness combined with this like acute self-awareness that's just it's so specific to Borderlands.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that's coming from Anthony, but I think it's just we kind of revel in what we are and just kind of embrace it, and like we just kind of run with it. And whereas I think a lot of people take themselves seriously, that's just, I don't know if we're capable of that. So
that's the kiss of death sometimes.
Yeah, so it's just about Borderlands in general. It's really about having fun and just us having fun developing it, and hopefully that shows in the product that you see. So. And for us for myself and the guys we work with to design these characters and implement them is, oh my gosh, that was awesome. it's just a lot of fun. See, Adam here is in the Beatdown, which is one of the new environments. It's a little more urban, a little more kind of industrial looking. See him just popping bandits to pieces.
Yeah, and again, they're just kind of coming from every direction.
Yeah.
Appearing as if from nowhere.
Yeah, see guys on bikes back there. Claptrap.
Oh yeah, that is one
Trap
thing I
there.
noticed about this DLC. There's a lot of guys on like motorbikes now.
Yeah, a biker theme is kind of prevalent through the bandits in here. It kind of ties into this sort of Torgue, just badass mentality. So you got guys with the sidecars there. And
it seems like they almost go faster than people. Well, I guess it's more mobile.
Yeah.
Big cars, but.
Yeah,
they're hard
they're a little more
hit.
erratic for sure. So Adam using some of the choice Torgue weaponry here to pop people. So
oh man.
Oh, that looks kind of cool.
So this one costs like over 600 tokens.
Yeah.
So this better be the most badass grenade I've ever seen.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Here. I will take it.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's like going down.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at that. Yeah, so there's a Torgue grenade
like a fireworks show.
There's a Torgue for you there. So
that is amazing.
And that's basically what Torgue's gonna bring you on this. So. Oh my God.
So are there any like kind of wide open, more rural areas in this DLC, or is it all sort of urban?
No, there's definitely, the hub itself is quite spacious and large, and it's just, I think what we're always trying to do with whatever we're doing is creating more variety inside of this. So we kind of wanted to bring you into some tighter spaces, but also keep some of those larger expanses that Borderlands is known for. So you'll definitely have a wealth of just different new areas with different space and all that. So
colors.
Yeah. This one just is kind of fun because of the tighter urban setting with all these guys. It just kind of, it feels a little different, so.
Those are so awesome.
That's pretty. That's
What's
pretty.
the damage on that one?
Yeah, look at that one, Adam. 2,831 times 9.
Good lord.
So it spawns 9 extra
grenades.
Yeah. You see some of these bruisers and other badasses here.
Are there a lot of enemies here who deal elemental damage?
Not necessarily in this area. There definitely is some of that inside of here, but these guys honestly are just kind of more about just exploding and punching. So they're pretty simple right here in this section. So
yeah, just brute force.
yeah, it's kind of the Torgue way, really. Just muscle through whatever is coming at you and blow it to pieces.
What do we have here in terms of raid bosses?
Yeah, there's definitely a new comparison with the Cromarax in here as far as an invincible inside of here, and of course there's the campaign bosses as well. So and there's several new ones of those, and sorry, I just completely saw that and had to stop. But
we're gonna leave that in.
Yeah, please leave that in. Adam, everybody. No, I would do the same thing. Anyway, so yeah, we're definitely wanting to deliver more of that in-game experience there, and just also offering multiple options and chances at these guys and re-rating things for more loot. And so.
Well, it looks awesome. I'm really excited. I didn't think it could get much better than pirates, but bikers might just be the solution.
Yeah.
Who knows what's next? Who knows?
You never do.
So this is coming out when?
November 20th.
All right, and it's going to be included in the season pass, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And $9.99 otherwise?
Yeah, $9.99 or 800 Microsoft points.
All right. I'm excited. Thank you so much, Scott. Thank you, Adam, for playing.
Yay!
A+ for effort. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to have more gameplay walkthroughs of all the Borderlands 2 DLC when it comes out, so make sure you are subscribed.